and 47 years. It is my generation, and even the ones younger, that should be in leadership. Once you are 60, you are supposed to be retired.
Hello and welcome to the Happy Hour TV, where we bring you to random exciting news. How are you doing today? I am Stacey. This is the news on the political scene. The former president of Duoye Youth Council (IJC) and Labour Party governorship candidate for the November 11th bayelsa governorship election, Dengs Eradiri, has blamed the underdevelopment of the state on incompetent leadership. Eradiri, who started his commitment to job creation and development of the state, claimed that the state was going through these challenges created by the past leaders. Being a one-time president of IJC and former commissioner in the state's Ministry of Environment and Youth Development, Eradiri spoke at a media briefing in Yenagoa, the state capital. In his words, "We lack competent leadership in Bayelsa State. If you compare Bayelsa State with other states in the country, we will discover we are backward in every indices, and yet we are supposed to be the richest state in terms of allocation accruing to us. We have had trillions of naira over the years, yet nothing on ground to show for it." In the same vein, he also took a swipe at Governor Duoye, the covenant governor of Bayelsa State. He took a swipe at his administration for allegedly abandoning existing structures and building new ones in the health and educational sectors of the state, describing it as worrisome. While speaking, he also said a government building roads and providing water for the people of Bayelsa State was not a feat to be celebrated because it was actually the responsibility of the government to do so. Furthermore, he said if he ran for the seat and didn't win because the people didn't want him, he would be okay with the decision, but he enjoined the young people of Bayelsa to start speaking up for themselves and not let themselves be led astray. Please listen to the interview and drop a comment about it. Meanwhile, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Happy Hour TV for more trending news. Bye for now.
If the people say they don't want, I'm not desperate to be governor. I will have faced my work. But young people must get up. It is you that is graduating and there is no job. It is our mothers that have nothing to do anymore. Businesses are leaving the state because it's no longer conducive for them to live in. This is the liberation that Bayelsans have been waiting for. And so we are going to get to the communities, just as we have been doing since. We are going to be talking to the people and let them understand that this is the time to wake up. Let us take the destiny in our hands and change the fortunes of our state. Of the allocation that we take, we should deliberately send money to the microfinance bank so that that bank can manage the resources in supporting businesses in the state. I talked about producing sugar in Bayelsa. To do that, women must begin to plant the species of sugarcane that will require to carry out that process. All those things were managed by government, and we know government most times don't manage businesses properly. It died, including the ones that people took vehicles and so on and so forth. That's in the past. What I'm looking at is how do we re-energize transport system in Bayelsa. In the last administration, there was a plan, which I think I'm going to further the plan, to build the Bogene terminal. The idea of the Bogene terminal, not what they are brandishing today. They don't understand the issues. The idea of the Bogene terminal was that there were too many vehicles in Yenagoa. Therefore, we want to restrict external vehicles to Ibogeni. When you travel from anywhere to Bayelsa, stop at Ibogeni, so that we now have internal transport system. That's why the state invested money to build the simulation driving school, driving facilities in the Ministry of Transport. Go there, it's there. And then bought vehicles. I don't know whether those vehicles were bought by this government, but we started the arrangement to buy vehicles. Probably they now supply them, or these people paid and they brought it. But grass is what is growing on the vehicles there. The plan was that we train Bayelsans with the simulation equipment that we have bought. We buy vehicles, and then young people from Bayelsa are the ones who are flying within the town. That way we know each other. But this issue of criminals coming in, all kinds of vehicles and all kinds of care, everybody is doing what he likes. We wanted to restrict it and try and manage it. So You built the terminal at Ibogene, the uncompleted one right now is uncompleted. If you don't understand the full package, then you wonder. The full package is that the terminal, the vehicles, and the training school. Unfortunately, it is disconnected. When we take leadership, the first thing we will do is to complete that project so that we can have those vehicles plying the state. If those vehicles were plying the state as planned, by now that the subsidy have been removed, we would have said, okay, all government vehicles should be doing 50%. That way, it becomes a means of cushioning the transportation scheme in the town. It is only somebody who does not understand how society runs that will keep keke banned till this time. When there is a conflict, curfew is used as a stopgap measure to deal with crisis. Immediately after that time, things go back to normal. For you to measure the economy of any society, the nightlife must equilibrium with day activities. The nightlife in bayelsa is dead. They don't even care about it. There are some people who their businesses start from 8 in the evening, by 5 in the morning, they are sleeping. Genuine businesses. Go to societies that function. Some people have tailored themselves to only just feed people at night because people will be moving. Once you don't understand that, why are you complaining about IJR? The opportunities for IJR to come into the state are deliberately being shut down by a leadership that don't understand the issues. And so, all this ban on keke and all that, we will deal with things like that. We will not allow our state be plumbed into a situation where we don't even know which people are operating. Look at the keke, there are over 20,000 in this morning. We will ensure that we organize a town hall meeting. We look at all those areas so that those that we can deal with and reduce those mode of transportation to certain areas and then organize the city so that it looks like a place where human beings are built. The election, I went to Osborne Lake and I saw women in this stick boat. I went to the boat and introduced myself to them. And I made a social contract with them. When I told them that I traveled with this boat 34 years ago with my grandmother, it will be an aberration that 34 years after, we are still traveling like this. Nowhere in the world, 34 years after, people have not changed the mode of doing one thing. And I promised those women that when I take leadership, I'm going to change this mode of transport. And let me tell you my experience in NDDC. I was going to Calabar from Oron, and I saw the dilapidated ferry terminals. I went to my boss and I told him, don't also forget, when I was in NDDC, it was the first time NDDC will have 2 SA youths. One of the leaders participating in this election insisted that I should be sacked. The minister said no, he will not sack them. The argument went to the SGS office and they agreed that okay, share the office. So I was restricted to Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Abia, and Imo State. For those who don't know. That's why when I was SA Youth, I wasn't coming to Bayelsa. In fact, when we came to hand over buses and generator and hostel in NDU, which was one of the first assignments that I did when I was appointed, my colleagues from here even challenged me when my boss decided to say, let's go and demobilize people. And I said, sorry sir, we forgot. Me and them, we forgot that it's your authority. I know what I faced in the hands of supposed leaders. So as I was traveling, I saw it and I went to my dealer. I posted the vehicles. And then they started caricaturing me. Went to Facebook. He's selling his cars. He's selling NDDC cars. Ask them, how many vehicles did they buy for the ministries? Ask them. I gave them a budget of 6 billion 40 million naira. I handed it over to the government. So that people don't say I'm his enemy. I'm not. I tried to support him to get our state moving, but he failed, and so I think that I can do better. I gave him the budget for the Ministry of Environment. I put vehicles, trucks, excavators, bulldozers, water master equipment to be cleaning the town. It's an amphibious equipment to be cleaning the town. It will navigate You can change the equipment to dredger, swamp boogie, water essence remover. These are our problems. Water essence remover. Even a piler, you can change. You just buy the accessories.